Yeah, when you go on these international tours, you're like, you start to say, what's the weirdest show we can
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds drafted a statement demanding Justin Baldoni and his team take full accountability for the troubled production of It Ends With Us. Imagine the audacity. They wanted Justin to admit to their mistakes that sparked public backlash. This wasn't damage control, it was a desperate manipulation. They pushed hard for Justin to release this bogus apology, attempting to rewrite history and deflect blame. This cold, hard truth revealed shocking narcissistic entitlement. Justin refused, escalating the entire drama.
This was before The Masked Singer was in the U.S.
Yeah.
So it's like they have this show called The Masked Singer, which is huge and stuff. Because, Lord, we're doing that show.
Yeah.
We have to go do that show.
The scandal broke wide open when an anonymous source close to It Ends With Us dropped a bombshell. The true villain wasn't Blake Lively or Justin Baldoni, it was Ryan Reynolds. Yes, Ryan himself allegedly started the firestorm. This insider account detailed how Ryan stormed into Blake's trailer, leading to a heated argument overheard by multiple production assistants. This revelation shifted the narrative, suggesting the conflict ran deeper, entwined with Hollywood's ultimate power couple. The drama was just beginning.
To me said that they worked on the set of It Ends With Us, okay? And that the villain in this entire story is not Blake Lively, it's not Justin Baldoni, but it is Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan started the fire!
Allegedly. Don't gag order or sue me, Ryan Reynolds, okay? I don't want to be involved in your drama. I'm just telling my audience what I was told. He goes into Blake Lively's trailer and they have an argument. All of the production assistants over...
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds now face a staggering $400 million lawsuit, a career crisis buzzing through Hollywood. A recent court decision didn't go their way, leaving the couple precarious. Blake's troubles stem from her handling of It Ends With Us, the adaptation of Colleen Hoover's novel. She marketed it as light and fun, despite the film's raw, gut-wrenching drama about domestic abuse. Fans quickly called her out for being tone-deaf and out of touch, demanding accountability for her misrepresentation.
Told us that Justin Baldoni claims she tried to take over his movie because she has a history of saying, okay, I'll be the star, but what I secretly want to do is direct it and edit it and produce it. I want all the roles for me and only me. I want full control because I am a controlling bully. That Justin Baldoni, ultimately, by the time they got to the premiere, was mandated by Blake Lively to spend the night in the basement away from his co-stars and didn't even get to see the final cut of his own movie because Blake Lively insisted that she be.
Instead of pivoting or addressing the sensitive subject, Blake doubled down on her controversial promotional tour. She shamelessly plugged her hair care line, alcohol brand, and denim collection, ignoring the movie's weighty themes. This dismissive attitude fueled public outrage, as her commercial interests overshadowed any genuine engagement with the film's profound message. It was a calculated, disastrous move that showed a profound disconnect from her audience and the story's gravity. This wasn't just poor judgment, it was a brazen display of self-promotion. Meanwhile, Blake Lively and director Justin Baldoni found themselves embroiled in lawsuits threatening to irreparably damage both careers. Blake initiated legal action against Justin, claiming he fostered a toxic work environment and engaged in inappropriate behavior on set. She further alleged that Justin and his production company, Wayfair, orchestrated a smear campaign against her. Her proof? A New York Times article that painted her in an unflattering light, which she insisted was a deliberate effort to ruin her reputation. Stakes were incredibly high for this bitter legal battle. Justin Baldoni, however, vehemently maintains that the same New York Times article destroyed his own career. He claims it cost him crucial jobs, his representation at WME, lucrative podcast deals, and numerous future film opportunities. Justin insists Blake's lawsuit is nothing more than a calculated power grab, potentially coordinated with Ryan Reynolds to seize complete control of It Ends With Us and its highly anticipated sequel. The financial implications are enormous, pushing this dispute far beyond creative differences into a battle for professional survival. The financial stakes in this legal showdown are truly astronomical. Blake Lively is demanding an astonishing $250 million, alleging Justin Baldoni orchestrated a deliberate effort to harm her reputation. Justin is fighting back fiercely, denying all claims of defamation or misconduct. He adamantly insists this entire legal battle is more about money and influence than it is about achieving justice. The sheer scale of the financial demands underscores the cutthroat nature of Hollywood, showing how quickly creative differences spiral into monumental monetary disputes, threatening careers and reputations. In a dramatic courtroom maneuver, Blake pushed aggressively for a gag order against Justin's powerhouse attorney, Brian Fredman. She accused him of publicly defaming her and trying the case in the court of public opinion. Fredman responded with equal fire, alleging Blake secretly leaked confidential documents and collaborated directly with the New York Times to publish the December article. He asserted this article was designed to decimate Justin's career. The fallout has been severe, fueling one of Hollywood's most vicious legal showdowns. Justin Baldoni's career has indeed suffered a massive, undeniable hit. He lost his agent at WME, his podcast deals vanished, and multiple business partnerships collapsed. The financial and professional damage has been catastrophic, and his legal team is tirelessly working to ensure the court fully comprehends the devastating extent of this fallout. While public opinion remains fiercely divided, the tangible losses to Justin's professional life are stark, painting a grim picture of a career in freefall, demanding a serious reckoning. As evidence against Blake Lively continued to mount, things looked grim for her. Over a single weekend, Justin's attorney Brian Fredman went all in, launching a meticulously detailed website. This site featured the amended lawsuit, packed with compelling videos, revealing emails, incriminating text messages, crucial legal documents, and a comprehensive timeline. The digital dossier implicated Blake, Ryan Reynolds, Blake's agent Leslie Sloan, Sloan's PR company, and even the New York Times, painting a damning picture of a coordinated effort. The depth of this evidence was staggering. The newly unveiled documents contained explosive claims. Blake weaponized false misconduct allegations against Justin and co-producer Jamie Heath. The alleged purpose? To seize complete control of It Ends With Us and its entire production. Shockingly, the evidence suggests her accusations dramatically escalated whenever she didn't get her way, painting a chilling pattern driven by sheer power and control over the set. This wasn't about safety, it was a ruthless power play, designed to bend the production to her will. Furthermore, the lawsuit claims Blake herself admitted the alleged misconduct ended once filming resumed in 2024. Yet, she later attempted to blame Justin for the public backlash after fans widely criticized her handling of the movie's sensitive domestic violence themes. The records, however, show a different story. In a federal court hearing, Blake's team fought aggressively for a gag order, arguing Fredman's public release of evidence was merely a smear campaign. But gag orders are difficult to secure, and judges protect public access. The court was not convinced by Blake's arguments for a gag order. This crucial decision left Fredman entirely free to continue presenting his mountain of evidence without restriction. Both sides passionately battled in the courtroom, with millions of dollars and reputations hanging in the balance. The fallout for Justin Baldoni has been devastating, far surpassing any backlash Blake might face. While Blake might still secure future work, Justin's lost deals and his tarnished reputation are nearly irreparable. The stakes were astronomical. An insider revealed Justin Baldoni claims Blake Lively consistently tried to take over his movie. She allegedly has a history of saying, "Okay, I'll be the star, but what I secretly want to do is direct it, edit it, and produce it. I want all the roles for me and only me. I want full control because I am a controlling bully." This pattern of behavior paints a picture of someone accustomed to absolute dominance, viewing collaborative efforts as opportunities for total seizure. This modus operandi offers critical context. The depths of Blake Lively's alleged control became even clearer. By the time of the movie premiere, Justin Baldoni was mandated by Blake to spend the night in the basement. He was explicitly kept away from co-stars, and incredibly, wasn't even allowed to see the final cut of his own film. Blake insisted on absolute autonomy, extending her grasp to the basic rights of a director. This wasn't just creative interference, it was a calculated humiliation and a complete disregard for Justin's professional standing and artistic contribution. The evidence gathered by Justin Baldoni's legal team is staggering. A mountain of proof, including videos, interviews, text messages, and podcast recordings, directly contradicts Blake Lively's claims and completely dismantles her entire narrative. Blake has taken an earth-shattering hit, and her position is spiraling fast. In shocking interviews, she openly admitted to hijacking the entire It Ends With Us production. She seized control of everything from editing and writing to wardrobe and marketing, roles strictly under Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer Productions. She didn't just participate, she assumed total command. Despite these damning admissions, Blake's team relentlessly tried to silence Justin's side. They went full throttle, again demanding a gag order, claiming Brian Fredman's public release of evidence was ruining her case. But Judge Louis Lyman was not impressed. He flatly refused the gag order, sternly reminding Fredman to follow federal civil rules while making it unequivocally clear there would be no restrictions on Justin's team. In essence, Blake received none of what she wanted, suffering another significant legal defeat. Another devastating blow landed when Blake attempted to avoid being deposed by Brian Fredman. Her legal team argued she didn't feel comfortable being questioned by an attorney she claimed had smeared her character. But in a federal courtroom, plaintiffs do not get to pick their interrogator. The judge made it crystal clear Blake does not control the process. As both a plaintiff in one lawsuit and a defendant in another, she must face Fredman's questions, no exceptions. This ruling signaled her attempts to manipulate the legal process were decisively failing. The evidence against Blake is overwhelming, revealing her actions went far beyond her role as an actress and nominal executive producer. Video footage shows her admitting on a podcast that she took over the entire production. Her behind-the-scenes involvement, meant to be minimal, went rogue. She rewrote locked-in scenes, seized control of wardrobe, and inflated the budget by $500,000 for her own stylist. She even hired her own composer and editors, one with no prior film experience, all while superficially pretending to follow protocol. Her every move systematically undermined structured plans. Each move Blake made from set to post-production undermined the structured plans of Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer Productions. Her actions weren't minor creative suggestions, they were full-scale takeovers of departments she had no authority over. The receipts are crystal clear. She didn't just participate, she hijacked the production. Justin and his team are laying out this detailed evidence, and Blake's own admissions are now public record. The legal, financial, and reputational consequences for Blake are piling up, severely limiting her options. The latest bombshell involved Blake Lively taking an early, unfinished cut of It Ends With Us and flaunting it at Colleen Hoover's book event. Let that sink in. She took footage that wasn't hers to share and paraded it around like she had created it herself. This was not collaboration, it was a full-on hostile takeover. Major films operate under strict distribution agreements, and leaking an unfinished film can ruin box office potential, invite piracy, and tank a release. Yet Blake smuggled the rough cut onto a plane and screened it without permission. It gets even worse. Justin Baldoni wasn't even allowed to attend the premiere of his own film. Instead of stepping onto the red carpet, he was relegated to the basement, completely excluded from promotional events and the press tour. He was even kicked off the red carpet before Blake appeared. This wasn't an oversight. It was a calculated power move to erase his involvement. Blake then tried to force Justin, Jamie Heath, and Wayfarer Productions to shoulder the blame for her disastrous marketing backlash, demanding they sign a bogus apology statement. Her actions paint a chilling portrait of control. Justin Baldoni just scored a huge win, and the momentum is clearly on his side. Will this mark the end of Blake and Ryan's Hollywood empire? Will Justin rise victorious as the truth keeps emerging? The stakes couldn't be higher. Every piece of evidence paints a picture of calculated overreach, entitlement, and a reckless attempt to manipulate both public opinion and the legal system. For Blake, this isn't just a courtroom battle. It's a reputation-shattering moment. For Justin, it's a fight to reclaim his work, protect his career, and expose the reality behind the chaos. Hollywood is watching.